Good morning, Frederick. Rise and shine.
Hi, I'm Danny Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick.
With a big smile, she brightens up your day. Fills up your day.
Hi, I'm Ron Lehman. I'm from the Faux School in Frederick, Maryland, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, October 30th. I'm your host, Danny Gurry. I was very distracted making a graphic for an event I'm doing. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's 9:03. So I am starting late, but good morning to you. Hope you're having a great day and you're just starting off on time. Today is show number 150, if you can believe it. I am planning some big stuff for number 200, which comes on January 13th. Be ready. If you want to be one of the first to know, just text good morning to 800-465-2944. I will release it on the text first, and then everyone else will find out what's going on. All right, here's what's happening on the show today. I've got Bob Miller from WFMD's Morning News Express, and I think Chris Michaels is supposed to be on this morning. We're going to go over what's happening in Frederick. We got all the events. Then I talk with Julie Lichtman from Freedom Professional Services. She's been a virtual admin assistant for a long time, but now she's adding something else to her repertoire. And if you are a local author, it might be worth your while to listen in on that one. And then I talk with Tammy Sue Danchanko. She, good friend of mine, and so creative and absolutely loves Halloween. So I wanted to do her show right around closer to Halloween. She's amazing. And I can't wait to introduce you guys to her. All right, buy the merch. Tomorrow is the last day. So tomorrow at 11 a.m., you can head right into the home of everything Frederick. Pick up your Good Morning Frederick merch. Remember, you can get a free ornament and sticker pack. So cute, these ornaments. They're just $10 each. So literally, you could buy 3, you get 1 free. You spend $30 or more, and you're going to get a free ornament, which is awesome. And because it says Frederick on it, it's an ugly sweater. It's really cute. It's great if you're sending gifts out of town. It's nice and thin. Could fit in an envelope, actually. Easy. And yeah, very cute. I'll be sending some overseas myself. I've got to get all my Australia gifts going because I have to send those before Thanksgiving. So anyway. But when you purchase the merch, Kids of Frederick will have a Christmas because all of the proceeds from August through November are being donated to Christmas Cash for Kids. And we're going to be talking a lot about Christmas Cash for Kids very soon. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ask a friend or two if they've seen Good Morning Frederick. I want to welcome all our new subscribers. And if you're wondering what this show is all about, well, it's really all about you, Frederick. The people, the community, the happenings. And I'd love to get to 1,500. I would love to get to 1,500 by January 1. And then we'll do another big giveaway. We gave away a lot of t-shirts and merch and all kinds of good stuff. Don't forget about the podcast. You can listen when you're in your car doing your laundry. That's what I did the other day. We're on iHeart, Spotify, Amazon Music, and all the other platforms. All right, let's get this Wednesday rolling. Morning. Oh, let me take that off. Good Morning Frederick is sponsored by We Help You Move. Whether you're moving across the street or somewhere around the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make the whole thing easy. Veteran owned and a huge supporter of the Frederick community. We help you move.com. All right, Bob Miller is in the studio. We're going to get started with our local news, weather, and sports. Well, good morning.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Where's Chris? Where's Chris? We searched high and low for Chris Michaels.
You were the last one who had him. So what did you do with him?
I don't do anything with him. I mean, I think, Danny, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and think that he's getting a little highfalutin, that he maybe thinks that this show is below him, and I think it's way above me. I'm proud and pleased as punch, as they would say, that you allow me every morning to be on Good Morning Frederick. But look at Chris. He doesn't really care,
I
does
know. He doesn't respect. I just got a text, though. It says, be on in a sec. Had a quick meeting about an issue yesterday. Firing up the computer now. It could be 4 or 5 days before he actually jumps on for that.
Right. I mean, I'm thinking, look, he tells me all the time, I got to go, I got to do this, or I'm going to do that, I won't be on, and I'm like, you just tell the boss, hey, I'll be back in 15 minutes. I'm going to go on and promote the Morning News Express and Good Morning Frederick and help out our newest employee, Danny, and her podcast, but he doesn't care.
I know.
He's like a Yankee fan trying to steal the ball out of Mookie Betts' glove.
I feel that deep in my soul right now. I do.
I'm the one. I've got to be across the state here in a little bit, and I should be going out right now. But, hey, I am not giving up on Danny. No.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob. I know I can count on you. I appreciate it.
Right. We're like that, man. BFFs. I got. Hold on a second. I'm pounding.
Oh yeah. Gotcha.
I still haven't figured out. Yeah, there we go. We did a thing this morning, which was kind of interesting. We had a Dr. Porter on, was talking about concussions and CTE. And, football is now, if you've watched football, you can see a couple players have the skull caps on. Now, back in the day, I was mentioning Don Beebe. You remember him from the Buffalo Bills, used to have that bigger helmet.
Oh,
well, he
right.
had, speaking of skull caps, he had a skull cap on his head. So we had a doctor on talking about concussions in football. Excuse me, got hiccups in football. And, we talked about football, and then I said, well, what about, we're Americans. What about MMA? And I said, have you seen that new thing where people stand in front of each other and then slap themselves in the head as hard as they can, each other, to see if they knock you out? And I'm like, who thought of that, first of all? And then who said, well, that's a good idea, hitting somebody in the temple or in the head to see if you can knock them out?
Yeah, terrible. Well, it's funny. I was watching something. I can't remember where I was watching it regarding MMA. It is not repeated to the head as often as football players, especially linemen, are constantly hitting their heads or utilizing their heads or whatever that jerky. That's why there aren't as many concussions in boxing or MMA as there are in football. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's terrible, really. I mean, I think, you've got Tua right now who is refusing to do the larger helmet.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably, he's suffered, I don't know how many concussions. He's been taken out several times. And, I don't know how smart that is, but
I had a young man that I knew that was his dream, and he was doing everything he could to play in the NFL. I mean, that's what he wanted to do. Now, he was a high school kid, and they all have dreams, but I mean, he was working very hard to achieve that goal, and he got 3 concussions in a season. And he goes, I'm done. I'm not going to risk the rest of my life. I'll find something else to do. Yeah. And, I think that's, when you look at Tua Tagovailoa, you see what he's doing. I mean, he's got some money. I don't know if he continues to have to play. And we're just going to continue to talk like Chris isn't even here because he showed up late.
Good morning. Sorry, had a little meeting I had to attend. I was off yesterday, so when you get a day off, man, it's a lot of stuff going
it's
on.
him. It's him and the boss going, how do we get rid of Bob? He's too old. We got to get rid of him. How do we get rid of Bob? That's the problem. And we'll do this when he's on the air with Danny. You just show up a little late.
Yeah. You're getting a little paranoid.
It's actually more like it's more like, what are we gonna do if Bob goes on vacation again? How the heck are we gonna get him replaced? Because Chris doesn't know what he's talking about half the time. Yeah, Danny, absolutely. I need you, my friend. I need if Bob's not there, we need some intelligence on the air because I don't bring that too often. But real quickly, I wanted Bob was talking about, there was such a great interview today with that doctor on issues with brains and all that stuff in sports. One thing I brought up that nobody talks about, because I know they don't call it a sport real quickly, is wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan, and Chris Benoit, I don't know if you mentioned this, Bob, I'm sorry if you mentioned it already, but Chris Benoit murdered his wife and kids years ago, who was a WWE wrestler, and they're saying it's because of the issues with his brain and all the blows that he's taken to the head. And wrestling was a sport before all this happened, where they would constantly take chair shots to the head. Again, I know wrestling's fake, okay? But the chair shots they would take to the head weren't fake, and they hurt. And it was just straight up.
I wouldn't say wrestling is fake. Wrestling is scripted. And
they're
still athletes. Right. They're still taking the beatings. They're still doing the things. So, yeah. But it's look, they've done so many studies. They've taken actual imaging of the brain after several concussions, and it's literally deteriorating.
It is.
Because it is, it is constantly under attack. And, the brain was not meant to be jolted over and over and over again that many times. And the human body is an amazing thing, but you still got to take precaution, I think. Look, I mean, I know that there are a lot of parents who won't let their kids play full contact sports. And I get it. It's why I don't even think you're allowed to head the ball in soccer in high school anymore, or there are rules against that. So, I mean, we want to protect the kids, but they're now developing equipment to help. And the fact that people aren't utilizing it when they can, I don't understand the thinking behind that.
It's funny you talk about that, because Bob and I, we work with a very nice young lady who board ops 3 days a week for the Morning News Express, Katie, and she plays soccer. And actually, we were talking about that off air, that she actually she scored her first goal for Hood yesterday when they played, and she actually headed the ball off her head into the goal. So at least in college over here, they still do headers in soccer games. But high school, I'm not sure. But it's and I posed a question on our WFMD Facebook page, and I'd love for your viewers to answer this question too. If you can take a poll as a parent, grandparent, would you let your child play football, knowing what we know now about head injuries and stuff like that? Would you let your child play football? And I'd love to know the answer. If you can just text Danny at Good Morning Frederick or email, let us know.
Yeah. I mean, look, again, I think, it has to be a good call, right? There are rules as well to help alleviate some of those issues. And, I think, I don't know, I would let my kid play. And then if something were to happen, then I would make a call after that. But
suck it up, Nancy Pants. Get back in the game.
Yeah.
You just got your bell
some dirt
rung.
on it. That's what I used to say to my kids.
Yeah,
just
my son
if
played
no
pony.
Blood, it's you're good. So
my son was playing pony football, right? And he kept complaining that his arm hurt, and I wasn't there, but his mom's like, "Oh, get back in there." Linda's like, "Go ahead." Come to find out, he had a dislocated elbow.
Oh man, jeez.
So yeah, you gotta.
You feel bad. I know.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Just a wee bit.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Danny. Okay, Bob's very hard on me too, because when I hurt my finger, Bob always says to me, "Suck it up, Buttercup. Push those buttons with your other finger.
Right.
I don't care if your finger's injured. Come on
you
now."
Have a whole bunch of, push it with your thumb, push it with your pinky. I don't care. Just push the button, you big mamby-pamby.
Oh,
all right, I'm only kidding. We love him.
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
well,
So,
you got to do what you got to do, but
let's do some news here. And early voting, as you well know, has been underway in Maryland since Thursday. I think it was the 24th. Andy Gutierrez, the deputy director of Frederick County Elections Office, says a lot of people are taking advantage of casting their ballots before the general election day. November 5th, we've got a great turnout. Unfortunately, that does cause long lines, but the voters have been very, very patient and very understanding. A lot of turnout at all 4 voting centers, says Anthony Gutierrez. So there you go, early voting underway. I don't mind it. I know it's quite, a topic of discussion. It is with our listeners too. I don't mind. I'm not a fan of mail-in ballots. I don't mind early voting because on the day you're supposed to vote, like me, I have kids. One of the kids might get sick. I might get sick and I might not make it out. So at least I know I have, a few days a week to get out there and actually do my voting. So that's just my opinion. Now, speaking of voting, there is no excuse for anybody not to vote. Even if you're homeless, you can still vote in the city of Frederick. The Department of Housing and Human Services says it will provide free transportation to the polls on Tuesday, November 5th for the homeless residents. The service will be provided from HHS facilities at 100 South Market Street from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The building was once known as the Community Action Agency. And the names of the man who died in Hagerstown police custody last weekend and the officers involved in the incident are being withheld for the time being. The Maryland Attorney General's Office Independent Investigations Division says it needs additional time to review and gather evidence, but it says the name of the deceased man and the officers involved will be released at the same time. The names would usually be made public within 2 business days after the incident. On Saturday night, October 26th, for those who don't know, Hagerstown police say officers responded to the 100 block of East Washington Street to execute a search warrant at a home in the area. They found a man outside the house and took him into custody. He was placed in handcuffs and put into the backseat of a police car. While in the car, the man started to vomit and had trouble breathing, and he became unresponsive. Officers immediately rendered medical aid. The man was taken to an area hospital where he was pronounced dead. The officers had worn body cameras, and there were dashboard cameras, which again is why it is so important our officers have body cameras for that reason. And taking a quick look at weather, mostly sunny, very warm, high around 80. Tonight, a few clouds, low around 54. Tomorrow, sun, and a few passing clouds near record high temperatures, high of 83, record high for this time of year. Record high 83, low of 63.
Well, there you go.
There you go. All right. And last night, if you missed it, the Yankees survived being swept by the Dodgers yesterday in a big way. Anthony Volpe, a New York native who grew up being a Yankees fan, turned on a knee-high slider and perhaps reshaped the series. His 3rd inning grand slam sparked the Yankees to an 11-4 win over the Dodgers on Tuesday night. Game 5 is tonight. Yankees ace Garrett Cole and the Dodgers' Jack Flaherty meet in a rematch of Game 1. Alex Ovechkin lit the lamp twice yesterday, scored career goal 8:55 and 8:56, less than 2 minutes apart. He is 38 away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's NHL career goals record. The Capitals beat the Rangers last night by a score of 5-3. Girls soccer, we're talking about soccer. We're down into the playoffs, regional final, Class 1A West Region 2, Brunswick over Smithsburg, 4-1. In Class 3A, Oakdale over Manchester Valley. 2A saw Century defeat Middletown 1-0. Middletown's season comes to an end. Class 4A West Region 1, Northwest over Urbana. Boys soccer, Century defeated Walkersville 4-1. Brunswick defeated Boonesboro 3-0. And Hagerstown over Tuscarora by a score of 2-0. In 4A West Region action, it was Urbana over Northwest. And that, my friends, a look at sports.
Can I say one thing real quick that me and Bob were talking about? Did you happen to see those dirtbag Yankee fans who pulled that ball out of Mookie Betts' glove yesterday?
We did that before you showed up.
Yeah.
Before you showed up, we talked about it. Yes, sir.
Did you really, Danny, or is he just saying that? No, let me tell you what happened, okay? Look, and I'm not just saying this because I despise the Yankees with every fiber in my being, and the fans are class. but real quickly, let me say, I got into an
Look
argument
at the time. We got to go.
Luckily, we don't have, weather or anything, so I have a few minutes here, traffic or anything. But I was responding to a few Yankee fans on Facebook who said to me, "Oh well, by saying class as Yankee fans, you're throwing all Yankee fans in one kettle." I said, "Let me tell you something. Those two Yankee fans, first of all, they should have been charged with assault for grabbing Mookie Betts' arms like they did. Second of all, yeah, I'm throwing all the fans into one barrel. You know why? Because when those two fans did that, they were cheering in Yankee Stadium. So don't give me that garbage. Hey, let me tell you something else. I'm going to be happy to say that today the Dodgers are going to be celebrating a World Series in Yankee Stadium. So Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, they could all see that. The ghost, as they say, of Yankee Stadium. All right, I'm done.
He's a little passionate about it. What do you think?
Well, I mean, why? Because his team's not playing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh well.
So
I'm hoping the Dodgers win as well. I really could care less. Could care less. But that probably is Jeffrey Mayer's grandson or something who did that. If anybody doesn't remember Jeffrey Mayer, who stole the bottle over Tarasco when the Orioles were playing the Yankees, and the Yankees did that to the Orioles, and oh well.
Yeah.
So there you go. Just goes to show you.
Yeah.
Yankee fans just can't keep their hands to themselves. See?
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow to wrap up tomorrow's Thursday. Today's only Wednesday. Where's Halloween? Are we dressing up?
I'm wearing this hat right here with the logo that I'm trying to line up with the logo on the website there.
I see that lovely hat.
Yeah, I'm wearing that hat, which I hope doesn't scare anybody away.
Hey, Danny, before we get off here the air, I want you to do me a favor. My Halloween costume is out there. If you want to dress up as me, if you look at our WFMD Facebook page, okay, you'll see on there posted Halloween costume of me. Feel free to post it on your page, but you'll see I made it specially out there. So
I might dress up as you tomorrow then. That might be it. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's a change of pace because he usually goes out dressed like you, Danny.
I love you guys. I love you guys.
See you guys. Have a great day.
All right. See you. Bye. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to be back with all the events happening in Frederick, and there are a lot of them. And Julie Lichtman from Freedom Professional Services will be here to tell us about some new offerings she has. And Tammy Sue is here as well. And you are just going to love her. I know it. But we just got to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect there. Shannon Flannery beyond compare.
All right. It's time to start talking about what's happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue food truck and catering company cooking in small batches to ensure the food is as fresh as it can be. You can find them at intensebarbecue.com and satisfy your meat tooth. It's Intense, IN10SEBBQ.com. Shannon got some Intense barbecue the other day, and oh my gosh, food is so good. I'm telling you, even if you're having a party and you want a little bit of food created so you don't have to cook, I recommend 100% Intense barbecue. The food is amazing, especially their meat parfaits, which are one of my favorites. All right, we're going to talk about what's happening. Good morning. And I just want to say good morning to everybody who is leaving a comment. I love it. Thank you so much. We'll make sure and always get you on screen. Mama Cone is back. She is back in Frederick. She arrived safely last evening, and we're glad to have her back in the house, and she'll be back out and about with us too. All right. Here are the events for what's happening in Frederick. Don't forget, you go to promocircus.com, click on Everything Frederick Live, and then you'll find the calendar of events, the full calendar of events with all of the different things going on. And you can look at that agenda view so that you can make sure and see the times that everything starts to plan your day. If you've got people coming in from out of town for the holidays, this is a great way to keep them occupied. All right, today, story time with a police officer, 10:30 at Brunswick Branch Library, 4:30 to 7. It is Paul Oween at Ballinger Creek Dog Park, and 5 to 9 is Chess Club at Frederick Social. And I do not think it's not a club in the sense that if you don't belong, you can't go. I think it is open, and they have a bunch of chess boards out, and you just sit and play. Also, of course, 10 to 3. I think it is only today and tomorrow, and I think I still have it for Friday. I forgot to ask. The Frederick County Animal Control Free Microchip Clinic, thanks to a grant from the ASPCA and Subaru. They are doing it for free. So if your pets go outside at all, please get them microchipped. Tomorrow, 11 a.m., head to the home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street, and get your Good Morning Frederick merch. Even if you just buy a couple of stickers, maybe a tumbler, you don't have to spend a ton. The magnets are $5, stickers are $3 and $2. The ornament pack with the sticker is $10 for that. So anyway, grab your stuff. That way the kids of Frederick County can get a nice, Christmas Cash for Kids can get a nice donation from us. And I will give you guys all the credit for sure. 7 to 9, karaoke at Tropics Pots Cuisines Bar and Grill. That's on Jefferson Street. And of course, it is Halloween, trick-or-treat night. So I saw some adults asking who's doing Halloween parties on Halloween, like what bars or restaurants or whatever. And I'm not really sure. Most of them did something last Saturday night. But tomorrow night at 7 o'clock is that Monster Bash at the fairgrounds with McClintock, and I think it's Old Mother. But anyway, also tomorrow, Friday, November 1st, sensory-friendly story time at Middletown Library, and movie night, a local filmmaker screening at Frederick Arts Council, is at 7 p.m. Saturday is first Saturday in downtown Frederick, so there's going to be a ton of things going on downtown. The weather is supposed to be nice, which is really great, kicking off kind of the holiday season or the beginnings thereof. Noon to 2, you can come to the home of Everything Frederick. There'll be something fun for the kiddos to do, and we'd love to see you there. Also, noon to 2, WFRE is at South Mountain Creamery. Noon to 3, Acton Children's Business Expo the Business Fair is at Carroll Creek. And 1 to 4 is the STEM Carnival at Carroll Creek Amphitheater. Tons of things for the kids to do. So last night, I was at the Junior Entrepreneurial Pitch event. It was at the New Spire Arts. And there were 9 kids who aged from, I want to say the first one was 7 or 8, all the way up to seniors in high school. And they were 2 categories, the idea stage and the startup phase. Let me just tell you about some of our youth in Frederick County. Brilliant minds, people. I mean, that some of the stuff that they are doing and talking about, way above my head, way over my limit. There are, and I'm going to be interviewing all of them. I think I might have one tomorrow, but I'm going to get interviews with them all. There are kids creating devices to help with mental illness, to detect how, if someone, is suffering from some sort of depression or things like that. There are kids developing things to identify symptoms of a stroke. It is just unbelievable. One of the kids is putting together, he has created, this is startup phase, an AI notes. Actually, what it does is it answers questions for a teacher. So if a kid, this used to happen to my kids all the time. Well, certainly, they would be doing their homework at night and they'd have a question and then they can't ask the question till the next day. Well, this young man has created an AI thing that the teacher puts their notes in and it actually learns and it can actually answer questions based on the information the teacher puts in. It is really incredible. I'm just so excited. But anyway, a lot of those kids are going to be at this business fair, downtown Frederick, noon to 3, Saturday. Stop by, please. I think there are about 65 businesses that will be on display from our youth in Frederick County. It makes me so happy. All right. And our clocks go back Saturday night, so you get the extra hour of sleep. Then Sunday, beginner bladesmithing class at William F. Moran Bladesmith and Artisan Academy. Now, they have a bunch of different classes that go on throughout the year. If you ever thought, hey, I'd really like to learn how to do forged in fire, you can learn, and it's really, really cool. And women are encouraged to, sign up for the classes. They would love to have you there. And Flying Cows have their skills camp. That is at Crestwood Middle, 11 to 12. And then 3 to 6 p.m., my friend Freddie Long is live at Monocacy Brewing. All right, coming soon. November 6th is Cocktails and Conversations at the Home of Everything Frederick. We call it networking. It's more like social time. And every single month I have met new people and had amazing conversations. Okay. It's not hustling, bustling. We usually have 15 to 20 people, but you get a chance to really chat with people and get to know them, which I love about that. November 8th, Frederick at Night, downtown Frederick merchants, 5 to 8 on that Friday are going to do some specials and have some goodies. Plus the light walk returns. Do you remember the disco ball in the stairwell of one of the parking garages and the light installations in some of the alleys and on the side of the parking garage? Well, if you aren't familiar with it, it goes up on the 8th and stays until March. November 9th, Hood College is having that nonprofit board fair. There'll be a bunch of nonprofits there who are looking for board members and volunteers. If you've ever wanted to join a board or give back, even if you only have a couple of hours a month, then please go to this event on November 9th. The 16th, it is the start of Stuff a Truck, which is a food drive. And we'll get you more information about that. And then November 20th, I have an exclusive Maryland Double-Deckers premiere of the Merry and Bright Tour, which is looking at the lights in downtown Frederick from atop the open double-decker. And we'll do a pregame at the Home of Everything Frederick and a post game there as well. And there'll be drinks and food. And we have room for 40 people, and tickets are going to go on sale just $25. They are going to go on sale, I hope, later today. So watch my socials, watch the social on the home of Everything Frederick. If you want to go, and this is for 21 and up only. If you want to go, check your dates now so that when I put the tickets up, you have an opportunity to get them, or message me if you're interested in attending. We had a ton of fun last time. All right. If you have an event you want included on the calendar, email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. Whew, now let's talk about who is making our market great. Market Makers is sponsored by the Healing Storm. Shannon and her team strive to create an environment where you're seen, heard, and valued. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative, holistic healing methods to relieve stress and pain. They do massage therapy, Reiki, lymphatic massage, and a healing